Welcome to Create New Futures, a show about thought-provoking ideas and practices you can use to create and shape your future in life and in business. Join Aviv Shahar, author and innovation strategy consultant, as he shares his proven strategies that have helped clients create breakthrough results. Aviv has guided executives at Fortune 100 companies, and now he wants to help you.
This is Aviv with a new episode of Create New Futures, and I call this episode Creating Breakthroughs and the 72-Hour Rule. Of all the ideas and practices that I've been teaching to high-performing leaders and executive teams over the last 20 years, the 72-Hour Rule is one of the ideas that enabled more people to accelerate results and create breakthroughs. Here is a question for you. Do you know how you learn best? What is the process and medium that promotes in you the fastest and most sustained learning? These are important questions to reflect on, and I bet you know the answer for you. Here is how I answer this question. I learn best and fastest by teaching and by coaching. These types of interactions force me to clarify my thinking and be fully present. By observing a leadership team working to apply their experience, connect ideas, decipher new insights, solve problems with new and innovative approaches, and make decisions, and by leading and enabling these processes and scenarios, I'm practically in the best learning laboratory in the world. Here is how I stumbled upon the 72-hour rule and codified this insight. Rob and Justin were bright sales managers, energetic and highly engaged. Right after our workshop, I was puzzled to hear from them that they had produced very different results. In our debrief sessions with the team, we discovered how each one had applied his learning. Our thorough debriefing resolved the mystery and explained the reason for the wide difference in their results. The insights from Rob's and Justin's stories taught me what great learners and leaders do, and revealed how high performers engage in growth opportunities and sometimes surprise themselves and the people around them. While Rob was excited about the many new ideas he had heard during our workshop, he still was thinking about the possibilities he had envisioned without having taken action on these new insights. Justin, on the other hand, had implemented 3 definitive ideas immediately. After prioritizing a series of concrete steps, he was on his way to exceeding his sales goals. Comparing Justin's and Rob's actions and their results with their teams inspired me to formulate the 72-hour rule. Quite simply, the 72-hour rule states that if you do not take the first step toward applying a new learning and idea within the first 72 hours, the likelihood that you will implement it quickly approaches 0. Here is what I shared with Justin and Rob. First, new learning, new insights, and new knowledge carry an energetic potential for change. I call this energetic potential the protein value of learning. Second, at the point you receive and experience a new insight, the potency for change is 100%. Third, as the length of time increases from the exposure to the insight, the potential for change diminishes. Here is a way to look at this mathematically. At the incidence of learning, the moment of impact, you have 100% potency for change. 3 hours later, a little dissipated, and you now have only 95 to 98% potency. 12 hours later, the change potency diminished to 90%. Within 24 hours, you only have 85% of change potency. And within 48 hours, the potency for behavioral change and the implementation of the new practice is now only 75%. At 72 hours, that potency diminished to 51 to 60%. Fourth, below 51%, the energetic potential for change is diluted to the point of ineffectuality, which practically means that the gravitational pull of current conditions, habits, and the entrenched inertia override and cancel the change energy initiated by the learning and the gravitational pull of the new and different future. 5. The cycle of learning is about instantiating ideas and actualizing possibilities. When it works well, it becomes a virtuous spiral of growth and development. Here is what that cycle looks like. Stage 1, you receive. That's when you learn a new skill. Stage 2, you understand. That's when you test the learning to validate and confirm it. Stage 3, you apply. That's when you put the new skill to use within 72 hours. And stage 4, you teach and take ownership, and you create success with a new skill, which motivates you to continue using the skill, to teach it to others, and to learn more new skills. Number 6, the law of magnification shows that these 4 stages create the virtuous spiral of learning, which builds its own momentum, as the energetic potential is magnified exponentially with success. By obtaining the first success with new learned skill, the learning potency increases to 120%. And then teaching and modeling the new learning and the new behavior to someone else, instead of the change potency diminishing, because you have now applied the learning and also demonstrated it to others, it increases that change potency to 150%, which helps you sustain the momentum of the learning application. 7. Your leverage is in the velocity of implementation. How fast you move from idea to development and practice. The compulsive hoarding of ideas and notes from a workshop with no follow-up action leads to nothing more than intellectual constipation. Unless you take action, the learning cycle becomes stuck and the change potency quickly dissipates. Number 9. Sharing the new information or skill with others through teaching and coaching crystallizes your own learning and enables you to achieve a new level of mastery. Number 10. An idea is only as good as its concretizing action. You need to move immediately to augment the potency of change and build the momentum of new results. The muscle to practice is the concretizing muscle. It's the muscle that determines your application velocity and accelerates the movement from idea up through the spiral to implementation. Back to Rob and Justin. Rob was excited about the 22 learning ideas and key insights he had captured in copious notes. Justin directed his excitement to the 3 top ideas he had decided to implement immediately. His quick application of those insights generated significantly greater outcomes and momentum than Rob's focus on his notes of 22 attractive ideas. Implementation velocity trumps copious notes. Okay, it's time for you to take action. How will you activate the 72-hour rule today? Who will you teach and share these ideas with to build the momentous and virtuous cycle of learning breakthroughs? That's what we are here for, to learn and teach, to enable new growth, and to help create new futures.
Thank you for listening. Aviv always encourages his clients to identify the 1 or 2 ideas they can move forward into action immediately. What will you capture and apply today? You can always begin with a small action and then build momentum over time. When you move forward from an idea to action, you get immediate ROI, return on the time you invested, and return of learning. And then the learning cycle builds the success propulsion. One more thing. You can reach Aviv directly by phone and email to discover how he can help you create a new future for your business and organization. Creating your new future can begin today.